Hey, greetings everyone. Glenn Kellaway from the basement. It is Tuesday morning, or Tuesday afternoon, actually. I just got back from Kingston, Ontario, about an hour drive from me. I had to get a new cartridge for my turntable. I've been waiting for this to come in for about a month. I'm going to do a video dedicated to this once it's the turntable's back up and running here and hooked back up. But there's the cartridge. It is a Ortophone 2MR bronze for any of you guys who are into cartridges. I will talk about that later. This really is all about new vinyl and CDs I just picked up. Government Mule, Warren Hayes. I think Warren Hayes just an amazing guitar player. Worked with the Allman Brothers, has a great band, Government Mule. Does his own stuff with the Warren Hayes Band. The latest Government Mule album was called Like a River, and I noticed that it was on sale on Amazon.ca for $23 for a double album. Now, I never see new records for $23, especially one with musicians as great as this. So, Government Mule, Like a River, $23. Man, I think that is just the steal of the year so far. And anxious to hear this. I'm going to open it up. I got my trusty banjo pick. Like I always say, you guys should always keep your banjo picks handy to open up your new vinyl. Okay, there we have ourselves a record. See what's going on in here. Comes with a polyline paper sleeve. I'm not sure if I like those or not. Better than just paper sleeve. Go. So we shall see how that is. There's no lineup of any guest artists on this. Oh, there's a couple of guest artists on this. So, Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top plays on the second track called Shake Our Way Out. And Ivan Neville and Ruthie Foster on Dreaming Out Loud. And Billy Bob Thornton on a song called The River Only Flows One Way. Now, I listened to this to see if I'd get annoyed by Billy Bob, but really, I can't hear him that much, so that was fine. Well, I like Billy Bob Thornton as an actor. Actors becoming singers are just, I don't know. Anyway, happy with that. My second favorite band of all time, Widespread Panic. Steve's going, you're sure pushing this band. I got another live album. They have an archive series of live albums. They all have the same artwork. And then, obviously, this is different for the show, but this is a 2 CD set from Valdosta, Georgia, 1989, at the Armory in Valdosta, Georgia. Never heard of Valdosta, Georgia. But great stuff. All the great tracks are on here, from Pigeons and Port Song and Barstools and Dreamers, and lots of cool stuff. I listened to this in the car on the way to Kingston, Ontario this morning. Fantastic. Just love these guys. Just the live stuff. It's amazing. Stop by the UCD store in Kingston, Ontario. And one thing, since I've read that book on Stephen Van Zandt that my buddy Robert wrote, I been kind of getting into that Jersey scene a little bit. And I bought a Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes. It's a compilation album called Having a Party, and it's got kind of all his greatest hits on it. And then today, when I was in the UCD store, I found Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes live. Listened to a bit of this on the way home, too, as well. It's got all the great songs on it. It's really upbeat, great rock. It sounds like it's like a rock and roll album, really. It's just fun, man. He even does a Sam Cooke medley, and it's great. If you like Springsteen or any of that kind of stuff, you'll love Southside John if you haven't listened to him. You know, I'm on a deep dive with Miles Davis this year. It's like consuming me and I'm trying to pick up some other stuff. So around 1950, I think 54, 55, Miles signed with a label called Prestige Records. Smaller label. No one else wanted him at the time because he wasn't that well known. And also had gone through a bit of a drug issue, and people were kind of afraid to go near him and to make a deal with him. And but around that time, around 55, he started to really get a bigger following. He wanted to get out of his contract with Prestige. I don't think they could really afford to keep him anymore. He was getting to become a big name, and he wanted to sign with Columbia. Um, he made a deal with the owner of Prestige Records that he would finish his contract, which he needed to release 4 more albums on the Prestige label, and then he could go with Columbia. So what the deal they made was that Miles could sign with Columbia, he could go to the studio and start recording with Columbia, but could not release any music on Columbia label until he had fulfilled his contract with Prestige. He released 4 albums. I think he went in the studio and in 2 days recorded enough material for 4 albums, and they all have a one-word title. One's called Cookin', one's called Relaxin', one's called Workin', and the 4th one I can't recall what it's called. But I got 3 of them today. I didn't have any of these Prestige ones. Cookin', although I've heard some stuff off them. Relaxing, which is really some good stuff on there. And this one is called Workin'. I think the other one's called Walkin', maybe. I can't think. Anyway, great musicians on here. A lot of them would become part of the famous quintet with from Kinda Blue with John Coltrane, Paul Chambers are on here. So it's Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Red Garland on piano, Paul Chambers on bass, and Philly Joe Jones on drums. Same lineup on all 3. Yeah, so pretty cool stuff. And that is pretty much everything I got today to show you. I'm really anxious to finish this video so I can hook up my turntable and start listening to tunes. I am getting together with Larry tomorrow. We're going to do the review on the 5 albums that we gave each other to listen to. So watch for that later this week. I'm sure Larry will upload it quickly. And that's it for today. I'm going to listen to some music. So everyone have a great day. Take care.